You're watching Pyro Media Network.
I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. See, we was cool right before it hit the fence. But it hit the fan when I got him down at the bench. But I took a break, I had to leave and go get cleansed. God forgive me for all my sins. I can't say these cause my last name ain't Kent. Cooking on the stove, that's the way he paid the rent. Working on the pole, that's the way she pays tuition. Better watch your soul, cause you know they trying to get it. Yeah, yeah. I learned my right from wrong on a song. I let my heart bleed on my sleeve through microphones. I'm trying to right my wrongs by writing out my wrongs. Ran through a check, cause it's hard to live off bread alone.
So we hope your experience is fruitful. Please feel free to visit our website to find out how you can join our growing family. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. Also, share so others may enjoy as well. And we hope you would consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. Alright, let's start the show.
And you better talk to me nicely. Next to blow, little bitch, I might be. Oh, can't forget all the days they overpriced me. So now that we up, don't get advice from no. Talk to me nicely. I noticed they hit it, we getting icy. Whoa, can't forget all the moments they overpriced me. So now that we up, don't get advice from no. We on top, flipping the bird, they going sick. But I'ma make a meet every.
Hey, everybody. It is I, Hope Giselle, and I'm coming at y'all with another episode of I Have Thoughts. And boy, do I got thoughts for y'all today, okay? I'm not sure if y'all have, decided or figured out or have heard or if any of the news media outlets have gotten to y'all by now. But as y'all saw that this is a pre-recorded episode and today is Friday. By the time y'all see this, it will be Monday, which means that they will have had an entire weekend to make this the drama because it should be, okay? Production, roll this fool's face, please. Let the people see this fool. Cause I wanna title this section Disgusting Ass Individual, okay? Arthur Hector Fernandez is a disgusting ass individual because in case you've been under a rock or the news media still refuses to cover it by the time that this episode drops, this man and 7 other grown ass men, one of them including a person who we believe to be his spouse per the affidavit, worked at the Houston Galleria Mall. Now, for context, for those of you all who don't know where the Houston Galleria Mall is, what the Houston Galleria Mall is, it is one of the largest malls in Houston and one of the most talked about malls in general in Black culture. This mall is not a mall where there are never just like not people walking around and people seeing things and peeping things. So when I think about the idea that this man took not one, but 2 different toddlers into a restroom where there were 7 other grown ass disgusting individuals, and they sexually assaulted these young boys who were toddlers. These weren't even, and not that it makes it any difference, but I think that it makes it even more disgusting that y'all didn't even do this to babies who had the common sense to be able to talk or to be bribed with candy or money or the possibility of getting a toy after everything happened. You disgusting motherfuckers did this to children who can't even talk and speak in full sentences. That is how disgusting these motherfuckers were, okay? And I have an issue. I take a fundamental issue when it comes down to pedophilia. I take a fundamental issue when it comes down to fucking with people's children. And I especially take an issue when it comes to fucking with people's children when you know that you represent a community that people can't wait to say that that's all we do. So, in case you don't understand what I'm saying when I make that point, if it wasn't obvious from this flaming ass photo of Mr. Hector posting up this goddamn picture with this flowing chiffon scarf, he's a part of the queer community. Everybody knows that when it pertains to people who are AMAB, meaning that you were assigned male at birth, and you are queer of any kind, gay, trans, bisexual, pansexual, if you were born male at birth, if you are an AMAB bodied person, the understanding and the expectation, if you are also queer or anything other than heterosexual, is that you are likely to be fucking with somebody's children. Okay? And this is something that we know is cross-cultural. It's not a black thing. It ain't a white thing. It ain't an Indian thing. It ain't a Mexican thing. For some reason, all of the folks that have an issue with queer people believe this bullshit rigmarole about people who are AMAB touching on children just because you're queer and for no other reason than that, okay? So outside of the fact that it was 7 of y'all, outside of the fact that these were toddlers, you have the nerve and the unmitigated goal to be a part of the Rainbow Coalition and be out here fucking with people's children, knowing damn well they gonna throw you under the jail, bury the jail, and then put another jail on top of that one if they find out that you are actually guilty of the things that they suspect you to be guilty of anyway. That is annoying to me. But what's even more annoying to me, and what's even more jarring to me, and what's even more upsetting to me, and what pisses me the fuck off, are the nuances of this story. I hate to blame the victims. I hate to blame the people who are going through. But when I read over the stories, when you look at the affidavit, when people say, well, how did he even get a hold of these children to be able to commit these acts? And I'm so sorry, post them on the dark web for everybody to see. Okay. How does he get access to these children? Well, I'll tell you. A young woman who works at the mall with Mr. Arthur Hector Fernandez befriended him. And upon befriending him, he realizes that she has a child, a young boy child. She cannot always make sure that there's childcare, and so sometimes she has to bring her baby to work. And on several different occasions, Mr. Arthur Hector Fernandez, who works at a different store in a part of the store, in a part of the Galleria, and apparently this store doesn't, have a lot of high traffic, so he has a little bit of downtime where he can watch and make sure that she can do her job because her kiosk is fairly busy. Okay. Outside of giving Mr. Arthur Hector Fernandez her child, she also has another child that she looks after. We're not sure just yet if it's her sister's child or a family friend or whatever the case may be. That is still kind of unknown. But essentially, she brings him to work every now and then as well. And of course, Arthur Hector Fernandez decides that he wants to also offer his services to watch this young man. And so that gives him access to these two boys. That takes care of how we got this going. But what's even more sinister about this story is that knowing those things, that means this motherfucker planned this. That means that this motherfucker sat back day after day, stroller after stroller, walk around the mall after walk around the mall after conversation, smiling in this lady's face, knowing that you were thinking about doing something to not only her child, but somebody else's child who you probably had never met and probably would never have met if this wouldn't have come out. So you plotted, you sat back, and it wasn't bad enough for you to plot by yourself. You likely went and got your boyfriend and a couple of other friends, and y'all decided that this is what y'all, nobody in the group chat said, you got me fucked up and y'all going to jail. Nobody. No one in the group chat was like, no, police. At what point is somebody going to come to me and say, hey, I got a 3-year-old ready. As a matter of fact, bruh, I got 2 still in pull-ups. Like, who the fuck hears that proposition and goes, oh, absolutely, I will be there. Pick the darkest bathroom in the mall and I'll meet you, homie. Like, who the fuck? It doesn't make sense to me that as grown-ass adults at your big old age of 29 years old, Mr. Arthur Hector Fernandez, and especially as a gay man who mildly fits the aesthetic requirements for most gay men in Houston at that, would find the need to want to touch anybody that doesn't want to be touched, let alone two children who can't defend themselves, let alone have a conversation about how to defend themselves, even if they wanted to. But what stretches even further in the nuance category is what's very interesting to me. This happened on December the 21st. That was when it was filed into the police court system, okay? December 21st, 2023. The first speculations around this article and the first mentions of this case don't show up until 2 days ago. No news outlet, no news media picked this case up until 2 days ago. I could be wrong. I could be projecting. I'm not that well involved or that, deep inside the media. So I don't know if there's a protocol. You got to wait till the document comes back from the police. You have to get clear. I don't know. Maybe that was the issue why it took so long to get to the press, right? But what I do know is, had it been a trans woman, December 21st, the affidavit would have gone in, and December 21st, it would have been on every fucking national news site and every ghetto blog and every TikToker that can't stand trans people, gay people, rainbows, all of that would have had this story plastered on the 21st. Not into the new year, about to be halfway through the month of January. It wouldn't have taken that long. And that is what irks my soul with this particular situation, because I'm trying to figure out, one, why, if there was no blockage with the idea that it had to go through motions with the police, did we not get informed in December? Number two is, it's been 2 days. Why are there still only very minute people talking about this? The Daily Mail, a random little gossip column in Colorado. Where's the New York Times? Where's CNN? Where's MSNBC? Where's Fox? Where's all of these people who, when a trans woman spits in the wrong direction, got a whole fucking news segment lined up and 5 hours worth of content to prove why she's a horrible person for spitting in the wrong direction? But this man has raped 2 toddlers with his friends, posted it on the dark web, and for some reason, it's going unnoticed. For some reason, ain't nobody picking it up. For some reason, y'all trying to sweep it under the rug as if it never happened. Now, let me be very fucking clear. As a member of the queer community, I am disheartened, and I hate the fact that this man happens to represent a part of my intersectional body. But that does not mean that I am so embarrassed that he represents a part of my intersectional body that I am going to not talk about this, because I am afraid that people are going to assume the worst. Because motherfuckers already assume the worst anyway. So there's no need in me trying to pretend or lighten the blow or not do the right thing, because I don't want there to be more negative connotations around queer people, because y'all gonna do that anyway. But I am upset at the fact that you have the nerve to be queer, go through all the things that we have to go through. It's clear that you a queen from this picture. So it's not like you giving masculine top boy tease. You got 2 rainbows in your Instagram description, so you're not this closeted gay man. Why go through the life that you know that a lot of us have to go through when we are open about our queerness, and then turn around and commit one of the most heinous crimes that you could commit as a human being, as an adult, and especially as an adult man? Why? And then to invite 7 other motherfuckers who thought that this was also a logical fucking explanation for dealing with hard dicks on grown men. There were 7 of y'all. Y'all could have fucked each other in that bathroom. There were 7 of you. 2 of you are in a relationship. You could have fucked each other in the bathroom. Why did we have to seek out people's children? Why? And why is no one talking about it? The Shade Room, Griot, Dat Grape Juice, Jason Lee, all of y'all other people that have so much to say when a trans person does anything are saying nothing about this man who has raped 7 people. Y'all want an opportunity to go at the queer people? Y'all want an opportunity to go at the queer community? This is your moment. This one lends itself to justification. But that lets me know, without completely changing the subject, that it don't be about the kids, that it ain't really even about the gays anymore. It is about the fact that y'all are transmissic as fuck. You don't like trans people. You don't think that we should exist. And y'all don't care about them kids. It's fuck them kids. It is fuck them kids. Because it is very clear that the gay agenda and all of that shit that y'all have a problem with is only present when y'all see a trans person is involved. Otherwise, patriarchy is gonna patriarch. Otherwise, patriarchy and being a man in society, especially a white passing one, is going to patriarch every time. Every single time. This man deserves to be thrown under the jail. All of the men that participated when they are identified need to be thrown under the jail. And I hate to do it to a woman, but sis needs at least a year so that she understands how to be more responsible with her responsibilities as both a mother and a caretaker to somebody else's children. Because there will be nothing that she could say to me as it pertains to the other child that was also harmed in her care. Because you gave your child and someone else's child to a stranger so that they can walk them around the mall and thought nothing of the abuse. I'm going to give myself some time to cool off. I'm going to give y'all some time to mull that over, and we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Talk to me nicely, Next to blow, little bitch, I might be. Can't forget all the days they overpriced me. So now that we up,
Because self-care should be luxurious. Luxem Noir.
Hey pilots, did you know that you can now catch the electrifying sounds of Bullet in Flight Radio anywhere you go? Yes, you heard it right. Tune in to the high-flying beats and soaring melodies by downloading the TuneIn app on your mobile device. Just search for Bullet in Flight Radio and hit play. It's that easy. And if you have a smart device like Alexa or Google, just say, "Hey Google," or "Alexa, play Bullet in Flight Radio on TuneIn." Experience the rush of adrenaline wherever you are. Listen to Bullet in Flight Radio on TuneIn using your Alexa or Google devices. Soaring through the skies has never sounded this good. Don't miss out on the ultimate musical journey. Tune in now to Bullet in Flight Radio on TuneIn and let the music take you on an unforgettable ride. Get ready to elevate your listening experience. Brought to you by Bullet in Flight Radio.
I noticed they hit it, we getting icy. Whoa, can't forget all the moments they overpriced me. So now that we up, don't get
Hey, everybody. It is I Hope Giselle, and I am back still with another episode of I Have Thoughts, okay? In case you missed the first half of the episode, again, it is a trigger warning moment. I don't even want to dig back into it, so you just have to go back and see what you missed. But for those of you all who are tuning in with me, y'all are here, y'all been rocking since the beginning. Let's get into something that's a little bit more light work, okay? Now, y'all know I love me some Lil Nas X. And baby, that is not changing, okay? Lil Nas X just released his new single, okay? And J. Christ is giving me all of the things that I feel like I need. I think that one, the song is a bop. It's a cute little like 1-2. If you wanna any money, it's giving trap, but it's also giving artistry. And once again, he does not disappoint with the visuals. Lil Nas X came through and gave us very much so Baby in a Manger, Mary Magdalene, birthed me. He's giving wig after wig after wig in this video, and I am here for it. He is crossing up the devil on the court. He is making all of these references to what it means to be Jesus H. Christ, right? And he has all of these people who have not died trying to enter heaven, which is interesting. So there's like small cameos from Ice Spice to Oprah to Obama. He knew not to put Beyonce in there though. And he's trying to build his relationship with Nicki, so he's not gonna he ain't gonna push that bear too much. But the video I just think was such a beautiful depiction of his artistry and his mind, and he both wrote and directed his own video and kind of sort of did the treatment for it, which once again talks to the multi-hyphenate that this young man is. He's a rapper, he's a singer, he's a poet, he's a dancer, he directs, he produces. There's so many things that this young man is doing that I feel like people completely overlook because he's such a good troll as well. Now, we all love a good trolling moment from Lil Nas X. I think that he's one of the best celebrities out there to do it. When people say go left, he goes right, and then he makes them think that he went left anyway. It's a whole thing, and I think that I'm never going to get tired of the antics because they're always timely and they're never too much. But when it comes down to a lot of the visual depiction, y'all already know that people don't like Lil Nas X because he's just him. Everybody was perfectly fine with him when they thought he was a little straight boy singing about, Levi's and Wranglers. But when they realized that they were listening to a gay man and bumping him heavy, all of a sudden he became the world's greatest hate and threat to the Black community and Black men and the identity of what it's supposed to mean to be Black, right? I say that because I wanted to precursor with the fact that a lot of folks are upset with the depiction of Jesus in this video and the fact that a gay man, i.e. Lil Nas X, is depicting himself as Jesus. But nobody really said anything when Kanye West did it. Let's have an example of that, shall we? Y'all remember Jesus? Y'all remember how y'all gassed this man up so bad he thought he was Jesus for real in the second coming? Y'all remember how many album covers that this man had to make just to turn around and still give y'all an Antichrist cover anyway, and y'all went and bought that album and sold it out and it made millions of dollars? Y'all remember this? Y'all remember that, right? Y'all remember nobody said nothing about religion. And then to make matters worse, y'all motherfuckers still show up at his Sunday service whenever the fuck it pops out, and y'all sell that Sunday service to the ground, okay? This man literally has an upside down cross on that album. And some of the same people that are talking shit about Lil Nas X being blasphemous to the religious community as well as himself and making a mockery of God and all the things are the same people that are bumping songs from this album written at. Make it make sense. And if that one, if that one doesn't hit your fancy, there's another person who ain't Black that did the same thing. Where's she at? Let's run where's she at? Y'all remember this? Y'all remember this? Miss Like a Virgin? Y'all remember her? This is Madonna. Okay? This is Madonna in front of burning crosses. And this isn't a recent video. This isn't like stuff that is happening now where you can kind of sort of make the political statement and people get it and it's artistry and all. This is back when motherfuckers were still low-key getting their ass beat for being Black in school. This was when people were still getting bullied. And I cannot believe that this visual is not something that people still grill her ass about to this day. And granted, I am not saying that in both cases that both Kanye West and Madonna have not faced ridicule because of their depictions of religion in secular ways. I am not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that the backlash don't hit the same because neither one of those people openly identify themselves as queer and a part of the queer community. And what I also wanted to show was that in both communities, whether you're talking about white folks or black folks, or people who have large audiences of diverse viewers as a whole, there was not a lot of pushback coming out of these communities talking about, oh, let's cancel Madonna, let's do away with Madonna. You don't see people even bringing these references up when we're having the conversations about Lil Nas X and all these other people. But it's really strange to me that every time this boy does something and every time this boy is literally crucified, when he wants to put that crucifixion into his artistry, everybody got a problem. Everybody has a problem with the way that he depicts and tells his story after y'all villainize him. Everybody wants to be upset. Everybody wants to act like, oh, I don't know why he's doing this. Everybody wants to act like they don't get it. But he's trying to tell y'all, and he is telling y'all in 1,001 different ways, that if y'all are going to continue to crucify me, I'm going to continue to rise again like Jesus H. Christ on the third day, and there's nothing that y'all can do to stop me. And a lot of y'all are missing the artistry portion. And a lot of y'all are feeding into his trolling nature because all it's going to do is make his fans happier that he's trolling y'all and give him a reason to continue to create more and more buzz around his projects. So y'all are wondering how he's doing great. Y'all are wondering how it's giving platinum. Y'all are wondering how it's giving sold out tours. Y'all are wondering how it's giving brand deal after brand deal after brand deal with major people, not little small fish. And it's because y'all don't understand that not only do you pour into the artistry with your hate and give him something to actually write about, but then y'all turn around and feed into the fact that he's a troll, knowing that he's a troll. So it does not stop. The cycle is continuously perpetuated. But what I need y'all to do is stop with the bullshit and the double standards. The boy is talented and he deserves the same space as any other artist to be able to showcase that. Doja Cat was out here being a whole fucking demon the whole ending half of 2023. And while y'all motherfuckers might have made mention of it, nobody did not go to that concert because of it. And what's so interesting is when we talk about the idea of symbolism and favoritism, that pastor lady, y'all remember her? I don't remember her name, but y'all remember that pastor lady who was so motherfucking mad about the Beyonce concert? Oh, it's of the devil. She's a witch. She's a witch. She's a witch. I ain't see her get on that motherfucking that stage and said it about Doja Cat. Why? Huh? I ain't see her get on that stage and said it about Doja Cat. Beyonce got on that stage for 55 shows and empowered an entire group of people to have a space where they could come and be their best selves. And you acted like that lady conjured up a group of people and was like, we're going to do these concerts in the middle of cornfields, and y'all are going to literally say my name for the entire 3-hour show as I perform for you with an unrevoked passion that I give and an intention that I set when y'all come into the room. That is witchcraft. Getting up there and screaming, you won't break my soul, ain't got nothing to do with that shit she was trying to convince people that Beyonce was about. And it's really interesting to me, the people that y'all pick and choose to decide who's demonic and what really meant this and what really meant that. But when people are overtly showing y'all where they be at and how they come, y'all say nothing. Travis Scott. Them visuals be crazy. Lil Uzi Vert. Them visuals be crazy. And I still haven't seen an op-ed about it. I ain't seen nobody enraged about it. I haven't seen 50,000 TikTok videos. And I ain't seen none of you motherfucking pastors taking the opportunity to take a stab at these people who are overtly saying, fuck the church. But I digress. When we talk about double standards, I wanted to bring in my good girlfriend, Miss Christina, okay? Let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't know who Christina is, this is her Instagram. I need y'all to go ahead and follow her. Please follow her. All right. Amazing creator, amazing mind, beautiful content, funny content, and she's also going to give you something to think about. So, with that being said, make sure you follow her. But also, before y'all listen to any more that I have to say, I want y'all to watch this video.
One of my most strongest beliefs are if you as a man keep asking your girlfriend, wife, schnookums for a threesome because it's just your sexual fantasy and it's so hot, you need to be prepared to suck a dick. We're just gonna start there. What did I say? Now I'm being too crazy. You're being too crazy, Christina. Now all of a sudden a threesome don't sound fun. What's the problem? I'm merely making a suggestion just like you, beloved. Why can you ask that but she can't? Why can you ask that but I can't? That's the issue. I want to shake your reality a little bit, okay? Y'all have gone around this world too long feeling comfortable, convincing bitches who don't like pussy to eat pussy, and it's not good. It doesn't feel good if you don't like pussy. For your pleasure, for your fantasy, right? Capitalizing off of women who are actually pansexual, queer, bisexual, etc., right? For your pleasure. We try to do the same thing, and all of a sudden, I'm crazy. I'm insane. And people are always asking me this because this is my agenda. It is. I don't have an agenda. I do. I have an agenda, and it's this. Well, Christina, oh my gosh, you would have a threesome with two men. Like, what do you mean you want them to engage with each other? What does that entail? And I always say that if I have a threesome with two men, right? Them two men need to do whatever they expect of me with each other. No ifs, ands, or buts. Oh, you think I'm going to be the only one experimenting? Absolutely not. We're all going to be trisexual today, beloved. Try it out, babe. Try it out. You scared you're going to like it? I might too. That's the point.
Let me tell y'all something. I am not necessarily the most threesome heavy person, right? And especially now that I am a married woman, the idea of a threesome, especially very early in my marriage, is just not a thing that like I'm really, really thinking about, but it's not off the table, right? I think that when we are, like really having real conversations, we need to be honest about the fact of like who we are, what we are into, what the real possibilities are, because I think this idea of trying to pretend like you're just this perfect specimen that just would never, and it's not that you would never, it's just that you don't want anybody to know that you would because you don't want to be judged and all this other bullshit. We need to let that out. We need to let that go, because I think that first and foremost, before we even break down what the fuck Christina just put out to us, we need to understand that there's a taboo around even considering it if you are a woman. So there's a taboo around, women considering it or talking it through with their husbands, but there's not a taboo of our husbands bringing it to us. There's not a taboo of our boyfriends or our male partners or our mask affirming partners bringing the idea of a threesome to us. But for some reason, if we as women bring the idea up, or if we as women tell other women folk that we are considering it, then all of a sudden we're the ones that are crazy and fucked up in the head and stupid, because girl, why the fuck would you ever do that? And it doesn't make sense. There is such a double standard there. Then when you peel back the layer that Christina was talking about the idea that these men always want to do a threesome, but you want to pick the girl. Who says that I want to do a threesome with a girl? Why can't the threesome be about me being worshipped? You just want another body in the bed. So why does it have to be a femme body? Why does it have to be a woman's body? Why can't it be the body of the person that's going to please me most? Because if you're a pleaser and you're here to please me, then why the fuck we can't have another nigga up in this bitch? Because that's what the fuck I might want. How I want my threesome to be featuring, fish fillet and filet mignon. I just wanted maybe 2 pieces of filet mignon, but you trying to make me have a little fish fillet, and that wasn't on the menu for me tonight. I didn't want trout. I think that I wanted a nice piece of Angus beef, but you told me that they had that on the menu. You was like, oh, they ain't got that today. They got rainbow trout. They got a little bit of salmon, but they ain't got the extra side of beef that you wanted. I wanted a Kobe steak. You was like, nah, I got to go all the way down, all the way past the meat packing district to get you the Kobe steak. And so you can't have the Kobe steak, but I guarantee you, if you try this tilapia with me, it's going to be a vibe. No, fuck you and that goddamn poo-poo platter you got over there. I want more steak. Excuse me. But at any rate, It's like men, it's so normalized for men and masculine folk to come up in the space and say these things and put these things on the table, but it's not normal for women to either be okay with them. It's not normal for women to, like I said, consider them, or it's not normal for a woman to be the person to idealize this situation. And when you do, and when you offer up the idea that you might want to add another man to the space, then all of a sudden, like Christina said, you're crazy. But why? If I've never given you the impression that I was a lesbian, if I've never given you the impression that I like women, if I've never given you the inkling that vagina body parts that are particularly on feminine folks and women are a part of the assortment of things that turn me on, then why is it okay for you to assume that I'm just going to engage with this other woman because that's what y'all want to see? Oftentimes when y'all do these threesome things, fellas, y'all are not doing it because y'all want to feel like the center of attention. Y'all are doing it because y'all want to see two women interact with each other in front of you while you also get a little bit of the play, but it really ain't even about you. It is about them and them performing for your pleasure. So if you expect that of me, why can't I expect that of you if that is something that I'm trying to see if it turns me on? Now, I understand why that double standard might exist, right? Because on the other side, on the flip side of this coin, I'm going to add some nuance to what Christina said. It sounds easy, but when I think about the idea of dealing with Black men or men of color, and I understand the idea that most of them are usually having experiences with other Black women, contrary to what the internet would have us believe, a lot of Black men do have Black partners. When we think about the ways in which that we as Black femmes and Black women sometimes look at niggas differently, you understand and you know why a lot of men might be hesitant to accept the invitation to engage with a man in front of his woman, even if he wants to, because we got to stop inviting niggas to do shit and then sitting there looking disgusted when they do it and they show signs of enjoyment. So as ladies and femmes and women, what we have to also do is hold ourselves accountable to not being about the bullshit. If you are going to ask this man to give you a threesome that includes another man, then you need to be prepared for the fact that he just may enjoy it and you might have to witness him enjoying another man. If you are not prepared for that sight, then you should not put him in a space where he allows himself to be vulnerable to you for whatever reason that is, and then you shit on his face without permission. Don't kink shame. Some people like that. I am not some people, but it's a thing for some people. Again, clarifying, not me. Not my husband either. Just wanted to clarify. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about that down there in the comments below. I want to know y'all's thought process. Do you think that Christina has lost her mind? Do you think that it is okay for you all, for women to ask men to have like alternative styles of threesomes? Or do you think that women should just be happy with the idea that he came to her instead of cheating on her? Or do you believe that it should be a 50-50 experience, but there needs to be a conversation about what exactly it is she's expecting to see and what she can handle? Y'all let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Now, for my final thoughts, I have this to say. Regardless of what is going on and regardless of how things are moving and shaking and playing out in the world, we have to be diligent about ourselves and the people that we love. We cannot be out here just allowing people who have a beautiful smile and what looks like or feels like good energy to be walking off and waltzing around with our children, because you never know what folks are into on the flip side. We also have to be mindful about the people that we crucify and then tell how to come back from the crucifixion. You don't get to slap me. You don't get to hit me. You don't get to kick me or punch me and then tell me how hard I can hit you back. And finally, we have to be ready and understanding that if we are going to request something that might make someone else uncomfortable for the sake of our comfort, and especially if we're going to use the fact that we are in a relationship to justify it, we need to also be prepared to make the same, if not a better, sacrifice in return. Don't be out here doing shit that you are not going to be able to take back. Don't be out here saying shit that you are not going to be able to unsay. And don't be out here getting yourself in trouble that you know you're not ready for. With that being said, like I say this time and every time, y'all, peace, love, and hope, and have the day that you deserve. Bye, everybody.
Talk to me nicely. I noticed they heated, we getting icy. Whoa, can't forget all the moments they overpriced me. So now that we up, don't good advice we know.
Thank you for watching Pyro Media Network. For more information, please visit pyromedianetwork.com.